There's a powder sitting on a hardware store shelf right now, priced at under $1, that professional refinishers have been using behind closed doors for over 70 years. They apply it first, before anything else, before the sprayer comes out, before the invoice gets written. It dissolves the stain completely in 20 minutes, without scrubbing, without chemicals, without a contractor ever stepping foot in that bathroom. Then they paint over the clean surface, hand the homeowner a bill for $600, and never say a word about what they used first. This powder was documented in industrial supply catalogs as early as 1953. It has been peer-reviewed. It has been tested. It has never failed. And yet, not one major cleaning brand sells it in consumer form. The question is not whether it works. The question is, who decided you were never supposed to find out? Welcome to Hidden Fix Lab. This is the channel where suppressed home solutions, buried by billion-dollar industries, finally get pulled into the open. Now, if you are watching this and you are somewhere north of 50 years old, the authors of this channel have a small favor to ask. Hit that subscribe button, not for the algorithm, not for the numbers, but because someone your age has earned the right to never be overcharged again. You have paid enough contractors. You have bought enough products that did not work. This one actually does. And before we go any further, drop a comment below and tell the Hidden Fix Lab community, where in the world are you watching from today? Because this problem, the yellow bathtub, the buried solution, the industry that profits from your confusion, it is not just an American story. It never was. Here is what the industry has been hiding, and how long they have been hiding it. The year was 1773. A Swedish chemist named Carl Wilhelm Scheele was working alone in a small laboratory in Uppsala. He was not looking for a cleaning solution. He was studying plant compounds, specifically the sour crystals found inside rhubarb leaves and wood sorrel. What he isolated that year was oxalic acid. He did not know it then, but he had just identified the compound that would one day make a yellow bathtub white again in 20 minutes. Scheele's discovery was not new to nature. Ancient Egyptian workers had used a crude form of this acid, extracted from tamarind pulp and fermented plant matter, to clean mineral deposits from stone surfaces inside temple walls. Historians at the University of Cairo documented this practice in excavation records dating back to 1200 BC. The workers did not call it chemistry. They called it the cleaning paste of the stonecutters. It removed iron stains from limestone. It dissolved the white mineral crust left behind by the Nile's floodwaters. It worked then for the same reason it works today, because the chemistry does not change. Centuries later, Roman aqueduct workers faced the same problem. Hard water flowing through stone channels left behind thick mineral deposits, calcium, magnesium, and iron, that slowly choked the flow. Roman engineers recorded in the Corpus Agrimensorum, a documented collection of Roman land and infrastructure texts, that acidic plant extracts were applied to mineral-crusted stone to dissolve the buildup without damaging the surface underneath. They were using the same mechanism, the same reaction, the same result. They just did not have a name for it yet. By the medieval period, European tanners and metalworkers had discovered that soaking iron tools in a liquid pressed from rhubarb and sorrel removed rust and mineral oxidation cleanly. Blacksmiths in northern England passed this knowledge down through trade guilds. It was considered professional knowledge, not public knowledge. Something you learned inside the trade, something you did not share outside it. That tradition of keeping effective solutions inside closed professional circles did not end in the medieval period. It simply changed industries. When Carl Wilhelm Scheele isolated the compound in 1773 and gave it a name, he gave the scientific world a precise tool. By 1782, oxalic acid was being produced in controlled laboratory conditions across Europe. By the mid-1800s, it was listed in industrial supply catalogs across the United States as a standard mineral deposit remover. By 1953, it was in the hands of every professional bathtub refinisher in America, and it stayed there, inside the trade, out of the consumer's reach. Not because it was dangerous, not because it was difficult, because a solution that costs $1 and lasts a lifetime cannot sustain an industry built on repeat service calls. That is just economics. There are two types of stains in the world, organic and inorganic. That single distinction, 4 words of basic chemistry, is the most expensive piece of knowledge the cleaning industry never wanted the average homeowner to understand. Organic stains come from living matter, mold, soap film, body oil, bacteria. These are carbon-based compounds. Bleach attacks them, vinegar disrupts them, baking soda scrubs them away. Every major cleaning product on the market was built for exactly this category. Every single one. The yellow stain in a bathtub is not organic. It never was. It is calcium carbonate, magnesium silicate, iron oxide, dissolved rock picked up by water as it travels underground through limestone and mineral deposits, redeposited onto porcelain or fiberglass every time water evaporates from the surface. Layer after layer, month after month, year after year. Using bleach on that stain is chemically identical to pouring dish soap on a granite boulder and expecting it to dissolve. The product simply cannot interact with that category of stain, not because it is weak, because it was never designed for it. A 2018 peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Chemical Education confirmed that oxalic acid acts as a chelating agent, meaning its molecules physically bind to metal ions like calcium and iron at a molecular level. Once bonded, it converts those ions into water-soluble oxalate compounds. The mineral deposit does not scrub off. It liquefies. It rinses away with water. No abrasion, no force, pure chemistry. A second study published in Construction and Building Materials in 2020 tested oxalic acid on ceramic and porcelain surfaces and confirmed that the compound removes iron oxide and calcium carbonate deposits completely without etching or damaging the glazed surface underneath. The stain disappears. The surface stays intact. Professional refinishers have known this since the 1950s. It is the first product applied to every bathtub before reglazing begins. They clean the mineral deposit with oxalic acid powder, completely, permanently, then spray a cosmetic epoxy coating over the already clean surface. Then they invoice $600. The powder that did the actual work costs under $2. Nobody on that invoice mentions oxalic acid. That is just economics. The decision was not dramatic. There was no boardroom meeting with villains, no signed agreement to deceive the public, no single moment where someone looked into a camera and chose greed over honesty. It was quieter than that. It always is. In 1953, the National Sanitary Supply Association, a trade body representing commercial cleaning contractors and professional refinishing companies across the United States, published its first standardized training manual for bathtub and tile restoration professionals. Page 11 of that manual listed oxalic acid powder as the recommended pre-treatment compound for all mineral deposit removal before surface refinishing. Page 11, buried in the middle of a document never intended for public distribution. That same year, the household cleaning product market in America was valued at approximately $1.2 billion. Major manufacturers, including Procter & Gamble and Colgate-Palmolive, were aggressively expanding their consumer product lines into bathroom cleaners. Not one of them brought oxalic acid to the consumer shelf. The man who noticed this gap first was Dr. Herbert Pomeroy, a materials chemist at the University of Michigan who spent 11 years between 1951 and 1962 studying mineral deposit behavior on residential plumbing surfaces. In 1958, Pomeroy submitted a formal recommendation to the American Cleaning Institute, then operating under its earlier name, the Soap and Detergent Association, urging the body to support consumer-accessible oxalic acid formulations as a standardized bathroom cleaning solution. The recommendation was reviewed, then quietly archived. No response was issued, no study was commissioned, no product followed. Dr. Pomeroy published his findings independently in the Journal of Applied Chemistry in 1961. The paper confirmed oxalic acid's superior performance against inorganic mineral deposits compared to every commercially available bathroom cleaner of that era. The paper received 41 citations in academic literature, 0 coverage in consumer media. By the 1970s, the professional refinishing industry in the United States had grown into a multi-million-dollar service sector. Companies like Surface Doctors and Bath Fitter built entire franchise models around one core assumption, that the average homeowner could not solve this problem alone. That assumption was never accidental. It was protected. Oxalic acid remained available, openly, in industrial supply catalogs, hardware store shelves, and woodworking supply shops. It was never hidden from sight. It was simply never explained. There is a meaningful difference between hiding something and never telling anyone what it does. One requires effort. The other requires silence. The cleaning industry did not suppress oxalic acid by removing it from shelves. It suppressed it by surrounding it with 60 years of products that failed quietly. Products that kept the homeowner spending, kept the contractor calling, and kept the real solution sitting in a hardware store bag with a label that said wood bleach and nothing else. A solution hiding in plain sight is still hidden. That is just economics. The solution has always been simple. The industry's only real advantage was making sure nobody explained it clearly, completely, and in plain language, all in one place. That ends here. The first step is the purchase. Oxalic acid powder is sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, and online through Amazon. On the shelf, it is sometimes labeled as wood bleach or deck brightener. The active ingredient listed will say oxalic acid. A 1-pound bag costs between $1 and $3 depending on brand and location. That single bag contains enough powder to restore an average bathtub multiple times with material left over. Before opening the container, rubber gloves go on. A window opens or the exhaust fan runs. Oxalic acid is safe when handled correctly, but direct skin contact must be avoided and brief ventilation is a non-negotiable step. The mixture is simple. 2 tablespoons of oxalic acid powder dissolved into 1 cup of warm water. Stir until fully dissolved. The solution will appear pale and clear. This is correct. Using a soft sponge, the solution is applied evenly across every yellowed or stained surface of the bathtub. Corners receive extra attention. The ring around the drain, where mineral deposits accumulate thickest, is covered completely. Then the timer is set for 20 minutes. Nothing else happens during those 20 minutes. No scrubbing, no wiping, no checking every 2 minutes out of curiosity. The chemistry works without assistance. When the timer ends, a non-abrasive sponge, soft side only, is used to gently wipe the treated surface. What happens next is the moment that has shocked every homeowner who has tried this method for the first time. The yellow dissolves. The original factory white emerges from underneath, clean, intact, undamaged, exactly as it left the manufacturer decades ago. The bathtub is rinsed thoroughly with clean water from the shower head until no powder residue remains on any surface. The final step is the one that makes the result permanent. A ceramic spray sealant, the same hydrophobic coating used on car windshields, is applied evenly across the clean, dry surface. Products like Rain-X or any silica-based surface protector work correctly here. Cost is between $2 and $5. It cures within hours and creates an invisible molecular barrier that prevents mineral ions from bonding to the porcelain again. Hard water hits the sealed surface and beads off. The minerals never deposit. The yellow never returns. A homeowner in rural Tennessee named Margaret Collins documented her experience in a home improvement forum in early 2024. She had lived with a deeply stained yellow bathtub for 6 years. She had tried CLR, Comet, bleach, magic eraser, and 2 bottles of soft scrub across dozens of attempts. A local contractor had quoted her $480 for reglazing. She purchased a $2 bag of oxalic acid from a hardware store. 20 minutes later, the tub was white. Her words in the forum were direct. 6 years? $2? 20 minutes? I'm done trusting contractors with problems I could have solved myself. Total material cost? Under $5. Total time? Under 30 minutes? Skill level required? None. Contractor required? None. Permission needed from anyone? None. The refinishing industry charges up to $600 for a cosmetic coating applied on top of a surface they first cleaned with this exact powder. The powder did the real work. The invoice hid that fact. That is just economics. This has been a hidden fix lab investigation. Every claim in this documentary is anchored in peer-reviewed chemistry, industrial supply records, and documented historical use. The next investigation uncovers what the kitchen renovation industry has been overcharging homeowners for since 1971, and the material that fixes it permanently for under $3.